And, Biolante's like, as you would expect Biolante to sound like. And Tulip says, I'm just going to take your word for it that you said thank you. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Infinity Train.
But now I'll be moving on to Infinity Train chat. Episode 4, that is the Crystal Card chat. We're starting with Tulip, Atticus chat, and 1-1. Of course, Atticus has just joined them on their adventures after Tulip assisted him in saving Corginia from a massive flood and a giant squid-like mechanical hentai creature chat. And they're like, well, since you saved my community, you saved my civilization, the least I can do for you, Tulip, is to assist you on your quest to find the conductor and escape this train. And since 1-1 is often confused and puts you in danger, quite often I feel personally obligated to do so. And she's like, thank you so much. And we see our characters chat there in what looks to be on an Italian coast in the Mediterranean. They're on a little scooter, and they're driving through all these small streets, chat, making turns around these little side alleys. And oh, it's so whimsical. I got guys playing the Italian music, all the Italian music chat's wonderful chat. And she makes her way to the exit chat. She gets off, and what presents itself in front of Tulip? Biolante chat from Godzilla versus Biolante. Remember the 1989 film Godzilla versus Biolante chat? A super underrated Godzilla movie, in my opinion. I'm a big Godzilla vs. Biolante fan chat. It's basically this giant rose plant-like monster that had like two forms. The first form is almost this literally giant rose, the giant petals and like a little mouth and things. Really creepy. The human plot was actually interesting, chat, doing like a conspiracy and corporate espionage. Like, this is actually pretty goddamn good. And then Godzilla fights a giant fucking rose monster, chat. And then it had this giant like plant form chat. It was like this giant fucking mouth and everything. And it was because it was plant DNA mixed with human DNA and Godzilla DNA. And when you fucking mix those two together, what do you get? Biolante. And we get first form Biolante chat presenting itself in front of Tulip. Now, it only has the head of Biolante chat, which is this giant fucking flower head with a little mouth in the middle, right? And it has big bosoms. I don't know what that's the theme today, chat, like big bosoms. I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. And apparently she is a baker, chat, and Tulip assists her. Tulip assisted her in her baking skills and pasta making skills, and she said, and Tulip is just talking to Biolante. She's like, Biolante, congratulations on your new bakery and restaurant. I'm so proud of you. Your pasta making is really improved. And Biolante's like, as you would expect Biolante to sound like. And Tulip says, I'm just going to take your word for it that you said thank you. And she leaves. She's like, I'll never forget you. Bye. And then the fucking door shuts. She checks her number. It's still not changing. Number did not change, Chad. Still at 103. She's like, what the fuck? And she says, well, clearly this card did not help us in the way you wanted to help us. And she writes down straight up Italian card with Biolante from Godzilla vs. Biolante, the 1989 film. And Atticus is like, I thought we were going to settle on Mediterranean Republic car. And she's like, no, it's Italy. He's like, all right, whatever, fine. You're just going to, all Mediterranean is just Italy to you, huh? Okay, fine. And, Atticus is like, listen, I know we've been through several cars together so far, and your number hasn't gone down, but you have helped all these people. Maybe, it has to also pertain to you. Maybe there'll be times when you just have to help these people, and then you have to help yourself. Maybe it goes hand in hand. And she's like, but that doesn't make any sense. I got to find, what's causing this. And he's like, listen, I've spent many years as a leader. And it can become difficult, and these problems seem insurmountable, but eventually solutions will present itself. I've just learned that if you get stressed out, or if you always remain frustrated, that it becomes worse. The problem exacerbates itself. So Atticus is giving her some good advice, Chad. Like, Atticus is the kind of figure that she needs in her life right now. Because he's a little dumb shit. He is rolling around, Chad, and he's just talking. He's either happy, he's like, are you my mom? And the other version is just like, we're all gonna fucking die. Not a great person to have alongside you. He's funny, but not great for moral support, where Atticus is, Chad. Thank God for Ernie fucking Hudson, Chad, okay? And she's like, well, maybe the next one will help. He goes, maybe it will be. Maybe they'll present the solution. They go inside, chat. And this is the crystal cartridge. Everything is made out of crystal, chat. The trees are made out of crystal. The rocks are made out of crystal, chat. The animals, the flora and fauna, chat, are made out of crystal. She sees this goddamn, like, crystal panther, chat. Fucking giraffes and shit. Crystal birds are flying overhead, and they poop. Even the poop is crystal, chat. It's like, are you kidding me? She's like, ew, I was like, oh, it's pretty. She puts, like, little earring on. It's very cute. It's a poop crystal earring, chat. Poop, also a consistent theme in my reviews tonight, chat. Very interesting, very interesting. And so, they're walking down. And, woo! Bad you think of the 5 minutes. One is me on a good day, and one is me on a bad day. Fair enough, I get you. We all have those days. And one he represents us all. He's great. I love one as a character, but he's a very bad influence on Tulip. He doesn't really help out in many situations. But they're walking down. And they can't find where the exit is to the door. Usually, some of these cars are huge. Sometimes they have to rely on specific transportation because it can be miles, hundreds of miles. You don't know what contains some of these cars. And this one, like they've been traveling for a while. And she's like, I don't know where the door is. And Atticus just, he sits down typically, as a corgi, only being 2 feet tall. I often have to think how to handle certain problems and situations. And oftentimes, I just look up if something is not at my level. And they look up, and the door is literally sitting in the middle of like a giant mountain. Or not, I guess it's not a mountain, chat, but it's several stories up from them. And she's like, how the hell am I going to get up there? And like, they don't understand. I was like, is there something to build or something? But then all of a sudden, chat, they stop because they hear this fucking thing coming, just like stomping the goddamn ground. They're like, oh! And what walks out, chat? It's a giant gray crystal man. And he's got a big, thick tuchus, chat. He is dummy thick. I mean, really, when they cut behind him, chat, you see these thick crystal squares, which is his ass, chat. It's like, damn, dude, you're rocking. He rocks it, chat. He's got a little crystal top hat. He's killing it. And he walks out. He walks out, and he doesn't speak any language. He doesn't speak English. He just doesn't say anything. He just goes, And he's pointing at all these certain things. And he points at this one rock in between them. And they're like, oh, hey. And he goes, hi. He's very friendly. He's very friendly. He's got a little crystal mustache. He's very friendly. And he's basically there. Anytime someone wants to get through this train, he appears. And he points at the rock. And he points at himself. And he goes like this. And she's like, okay, so she's trying to figure this out. And she's like, you're saying that I need to touch the rock and I need to say something? He's like, I need to sing? Yes. And he's saying yes. She's like, oh, okay. And so, like, any song? He's like, so any song that, he's like touching his heart, touching his head. He's like, any song that, like, I like? He's like, oh, that's easy. That's perfectly easy. And, like, I can do that. And so we just do that when we get through, and he goes, yeah. And they're like, oh, cool. And so Atticus is like, well, I got this, guys. I'm gonna sing the ballad of of Mustard and Stinktail. It is a incredibly wonderful sonnet that has been sung to many generations of corgi puppers. Allow me. And he goes, howls and everything. With a giant thick booty butt, Crystal Man goes, And the howling doesn't work. He says the howling it doesn't accept howling, but that's our greatest song. He goes, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. And one's like, ooh, I got it. And it's like, I know one, beep bop beep boop, and he presses a chat, and it's the AOL connecting to the internet sound. And it's like, I'm disconnected. Did not work. And Tulip's like, don't worry, guys. I know a whole bunch of songs to do. And what's so cool about this? Ashley Johnson is the voice of Tulip Olsen. And she's probably best known among a lot of people, certainly in our age group, chat, for those of us who love video games, for voicing the character of Ellie. But she's pretty goddamn talented. She does a fantastic job as Tulip. And she started singing all these songs, but apparently she all improvised, chat. All these different genres of music. She's like, ooh, you're breaking my heart, baby. The last thing I want to do is hurt you. Oh, baby. And she sings all these very versions of different songs. She's like, even my pickup truck misses your smile. Oh, yeah. Like all this shit. And it's like, it's not working, chat. And she does this for hours after hours, and just so many hours later, sings the thon song. Thon. So might as well. But nothing is fucking working. Then she just gets frustrated. She's like, what the fuck? This isn't working. And the guy, the fucking crystal man's just going, touch the rock, heart, And she's like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying, okay? I'm trying to figure this out. I've done all sorts of genres of music, okay? It does not accept. It doesn't like fucking rock. It doesn't like fucking R&B. It doesn't like rap. It doesn't like country. It doesn't like jazz. You like jazz, chat? It doesn't like blues. It doesn't like bluegrass. It likes nothing. I've tried every genre of music, okay? It doesn't fucking work. She's just frustrated. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to build a ladder. I'm going to build a ladder. And at this point, Atticus and One More's like, what do we shoot? She's like, no, you guys just be right here. I just need to do this for myself. And they're like, okay. And so Atticus just, well, I'm going to tell you guys the story of Stinktail, Mustard and Stinktail. And it's a fucking very long ballad, Chad. And he tells them, it's like Mustard and Stinktail. They traveled the world together to establish a new land of Corginia. And then he goes on and on and on. And he finally ends the story, and once they established Corginia, they looked upon their land and they smiled, and they remained friends for the rest of their days. And one is like, so what happened next? Well, they remained friends for their entire lives. And after that, well, they passed away. And the negative one's like, nice. Like the one that when they die, he's like, hell yeah, they're dead. It's like, Jesus Christ. We like, Brian's like, excuse me, we like jizz, the genre of music from Star Wars. Of course, we're all big jizz fans here, Chat. We all love jizz. Am I right? Anyway. She manages to build this crystal ladder, and she, thankfully, it's high enough, Chad. She puts it against the mountain, and it reaches. That's not really a big mountain, Chad. It's like a big hill. And she puts it against the door, and then the fucking crystal guy's like, doesn't like it, Chad. Doesn't like it. And she's like, sorry, dude. Not all about the motions. Sometimes you got to get logical, man. She climbs up there, Chad goes to the door, but it won't turn. And she's like, no. And she's so upset. She slices the ladder. She's like, I've tried everything. Everything I've done doesn't make any goddamn sense. And Atticus is like, well, you're trying to make sense of everything here on the train of this car. Maybe it's not about making sense. Maybe it's something that is actually emotional, that maybe it's something that means something to you. And the crystal guy's like, he's pointing at Atticus like, that's the thing. And she's like, what? And he basically goes up to the crystal guy, goes up to Tulip, and he says, your heart to your mouth. And she's like, so a song that means really something to me. And it could be anything. And you're saying it could be anything? He's like, yes. And Atticus is like, I just naturally thought of Stinktail and Mustard because that was just something that I always connected to and loved. And one, he's just fucking rolling around being a little derpy thing. And she's like, well, I mean, what's things I like? And she's going over the things that she loves, that she loves talking about and experiencing. She's like, well, I love my friends, and coding and video games are cool. And I like road trips. And she's like, oh, road trips. She thinks about that. And like suddenly the rock starts glowing, Chad. She's like, wait, the road trips? And she's like, oh, no. And Atticus said, and the crystal guy's like, yes. And Atticus was like, it's glowing, Miss Tulip, it's glowing. She's like, I don't want to sing it. I mean, I used to go on these road trips with my family, and we used to sing this song, but it's so embarrassing. They're like, just speak your heart, Miss Tulip. We won't laugh at you. And Atticus is like, I'm sure the song is quite pleasant to my ears. Serenade us, Tulip. She's like, okay. And this is the song we get, Chat. I love this song. I used to sing it for parents on the road. Yo, pretty ladies around the world, got a weird thing to show you, so tell all the boys and girls. Tell your brother, your sister, and your mama too, 'cause they're about to go down and you'll know what to do. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care. Glide by the people, do your dance quick. Mama, come on, baby, tell me what the words on up. Everybody do what the word is up. Boom! And it fucking unleashes. It unleashes the torch. And no, it doesn't. What they hear, Chad, is this giant, the mountain, they see in the distance, Chad, this giant fucking monster, golem creature just wakes up, Chad, and it comes towards them. They're like, oh! As it's marching towards them, Chad. And it's like, oh my God. And he gets down at her level. He's like a little necklace on. He goes, huh? And he fucking puts the locket out, Chad. It's like a little key. And he goes, and he takes the key and he sees the ladder, goes, boop, and he flicks it and fucking goes miles away. Takes the key, puts in the door, Chat, and he puts the key back in his lock and goes, and he just walks away. And then they're like, thanks, buddy. And Tulip and Atticus and 1-1 go up there, and the Crystal guy just waves to them, and he leaves. He leaves, and they exit the train. And Tulip, she thinks about the time she spent with her family, and how much fun she had. She watches her number suddenly starts going down again, chat, and she's at 89, and she's like, "Whoa." And it's like, what? So that was maybe it was about her family, chat, that changed her. Well, what was it? What was the thing that did it, chat? But we won't know. We won't know until next episode, chat. Because that, my friends, is Infinity Train Episode 4, The Crystal Car. It's a good one. It's a good song, chat. I love it. I just love this song. Yo, pretty ladies around the world, got a weird thing to show you. So tell all the boys and girls, tell your brother, your sister, and your mama too. Cause they're about to go down and you'll know just what to do. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care. Glide by the people as they stop to look and stare. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance quick. Mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word. Yeah! Jesus saying cameo is really the highlight. I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that, Chad. It was a fun little cameo. Yeah, a little fun little moment in the episode, which is something by cameo. Funny enough, it's a cameo by cameo. But I hope you guys like that. Both reviews, chat, for 8 Crazy. Now, thankfully, one of these 2 animated projects is much better than the other one, chat. I highly encourage you guys to check out Infinity Train, like all 3 seasons, chat. It's a wonderful show. It's currently on HBO Max. Looks like we're not going to be getting any more seasons, which is sad. I was hoping we would get additional seasons, chat, but it doesn't look like that's happening. But I highly recommend watching the first 3 seasons. Season 3 is dark, I will say that, but the first 2 are pretty goddamn incredible. So please watch it. Next episode really hit me, if that's what I'm thinking of. Is it the Mirror Car? I'm trying to remember if it's the Netflix help. Let me see if it's the Mirror Car, because the Mirror Car is. I think I know what it was. Is it the Cat Returns? It might be the Cat Returns. Let me see. Actually, I'm actually kind of curious now that you mentioned that. The next episode's the Cat's Car. That's a really dark episode. Cat's Car is freaky. That'll be a good one, chat. And after that, then the Unfinished Car. We got some good ones ahead of us, chat. I like this. Cat's Car is really cool. You'll like that one. But there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed those reviews. But now, my friends, I'll be jumping into some single-player shenanigans in Cyberpunk 2077. So please bear with me as I set some of these things up. Actually, you know what we can do? We can go ahead and do a tune poll. 5 out of 5 donut holders. Yay! There you go, Naya. I love it. Good review. Troy, you have in the release track record Season 4, which is confirmed. Oh, it is! Okay. Which is confirmed, given 2 counts, 2 count for 1, should be released within, oh my God! Oh, thank God. Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared me. So it is happening. So Season 4 is actually confirmed and happening. Well, that's good. I was under the impression they weren't going to do it. Oh my Lord. All right, well, thanks for letting me know, Troy. Of course, Troy is the one who suggested I should even start watching Infinity Train. If it wasn't for him, Chad, I wouldn't be getting these reviews or these watch parties, or wouldn't have just watched an incredible series. Seriously, man, thank you for getting me on this. Thank you for getting on my back about this show. It's so goddamn good.